You know what, man? I'm just going to get this series started. I can't think of a name for it. I've been looking at puns that have got the name Wall in it, like Wall Together Now and blah-de-blah. It's ridiculous. I can't think of anything. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to do a tour of this room. It's going to be in several parts, this, by the way, because there's a lot to look at and I don't want to rush it. So I'm going to break up like Return of the Jedi into a few episodes, and then I might just put a pun on the front of the thumbnail. How about that? Anyway, so welcome to the room tour, the only One Kenobi carded room tour, and it starts up here, and we're going to start with the Return of the Jedi wall. So if we back up a little bit, I'll probably do 3 rows for today, and then I'll do the next 3 the next day. So on the top, you've got 6 variants of the TIE Fighter, including one vintage one. I'll go close up in a minute, but I just want to tell you what we're going to look at. Then we've got Kian Farlander, the B-Wing pilot. I love a vintage 80s one of that. Stormtroopers, then we've got variants of Boba Fett and Vader, and then third row is the variants of the Royal Guard, Ackbar and Wicket. Let's have a closer look. So this is the latest TIE Fighter, so he's like one man alone there. That's the 2021 one. And then we have Return of the Jedi, single pill TIE Fighter pilot. That's the main McDaddy. Then we turn our attention to this. This is, funnily enough, the first ever TIE Fighter pilot I got, and that's what I thought they all looked like, but they don't. That's the Canadian cardback, multi-language in the pill, but it's nice to have them all together. In fact, if I pull away again, I have the full house of the TIE Fighter pilot in respect of the Return and Revenge pill variants. I know there's an SDCC one, John Miko, missing, and then there's this beautiful piece I acquired recently. I never thought I'd go down this dark path of the vintage 80s, but that is a lovely carded figure, and the bubble is in really good condition as well. I know it's in the star case, but at this height we're doing all right for sheen. Unpunched, and it matches, obviously, Return of the Jedi. It matches these others of the vintage collection. I've always wanted them in TVC to give us the Empire Strikes Back, as it rightly should be, because look at that, that is the asteroid chase from Empire. But look at that, the fact it matches, I'm so happy to have that. Then we have the Revenge, single pill, unpunched. All these cards are unpunched. And then we have the Revenge, which is a rare find, and that is the multi-language. Unfortunately, like with many Canadian cards, the puncher hole is creased. That's a shame. Kian Farlander, Return of the Jedi card back, multi-language. That's the first one I ever acquired. Like with the TIE Fighter pilot, it's ironic that that's the first one I ever got for this guy. I got it for like £12. I don't know what his value is now. He must be rare. Then this is the same. This is the unpunched version of it, which I got more recently, except it's a bad example because look at that. The bubble is crushed beyond repair. So I keep both on the wall, but really one of these two is a placeholder because I'm really after the Revenge of that with the multi-language pill, right? Revenge. And then speaking of Revenge, there is the Revenge Kian. They don't have a stick on that one. I forgot about that. So I might peel that off. And then the Return. And then here we have 3 carded examples of the Stormtrooper. The Return with the sticker. The Revenge. And that is an offerless because there's no thing in the bubble. And then this here is the VOTC, which is a figure I got in 2016. And it was pristine back then, but it has since started to yellow. You won't see it in this room, because this ain't no natural light in here. I think natural light shows up yellowing better, but it's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. In fact, I opened one that was really yellow. That one's holding up, but it's on its way. Sad, really. Whoa, sad, really. That's nice, all those 3 together. I would have, those guys with the Empire Strikes Back one, but I don't like doing that. Like Jeff's Museum, he might mix all his badges, but I like to keep all together. I mean, that could technically go next to those other Stormtroopers, but I don't like seeing an Empire badge next to Return, so I'm quite happy to have him on his own, although, albeit, I've made a decision to put that Stormtrooper by 3PO because, well, let's face it, the images are both from New Hope, even though they've got Empire badges on. Let's go over here. And then we have 3 Vaders together. This one is the VC. Damn it. I don't know these by memory. Oh my God, I should have known that one, you idiot. 115, that was the end of the first run of VC, the TVC number 1 in 2012. And then here we have a Revenge and Return of Vader, the reissue or whatever, the alternative of VC08. Now the thing about this Vader is both of them is, oh, look at that, man. Look at that, BOE. Sticker on the back. No stickers on the front. Someone's been peeling stickers, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Unfortunately, my Vader doesn't have a Fett sticker. I would like that. I love stickers. Not all stickers. Not all stickers, but I do like TVC stickers. My favourite has to be this one, but I do like the blue one, and it's sometimes, I wished one of these two had a sticker on, but it doesn't. At least I have a good example of a revenge and a return for that. And then here we have a family of Fetts now. We have the Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett, unpunched. This is the first Fett I got, and I'm not even kidding. I think I got this for £30 in 2015, and look at him. He is Ophalus, and he's Canadian, so I don't know what he would fetch now, but that's just one of those things. Back then, TVC was not fetching a lot of money. And then we have the Revenge. It's the best I could get. I got this at the end of 2019, and I missed 2 weeks on a row. Auctions in America. This guy was going for nothing, I swear to God. And I missed 2 auctions where I could have got a Revenge unpunched. But I got him for a similar price, you know, next to nothing. But, you know, I'll settle with that. I'm happy with that. This is the VOTC Boba Fett. Now we're getting Sheehan on the bubbles now, folks. There you go, the light in the room. Boba Fett, that's a lovely card back as well. That's a great figure. That's aged well. That's the same one that they repacked on the alternative VC08. The other VC09, I'm sorry, this is the other VC09. So you did get 2 alternatives of figure there, and also card back for the same card number, which is interesting. And then we have this Fett here, which is, I've begged and prayed to God that we would get in TVC, and they did it. Look at that, man. Look how good that looks on the wall. Thank you for bringing this to TVC, Hasbro. Good work. And then here we go to Lando Calrissian. Look at that. This is the original black text. You'll see this with Luke as well. The Luke Bespin, he has black and white. And also the clone troop. I'll go running across the room in a minute. That's the original example of the Lando Calrissian unpunched there. And this is the reissue. Bigger text, is that? Or just white text? And then over here, you'll notice that again with that Luke versus this Luke. Oh, hang on. Yeah. And also, if you go over to the Clone Trooper, I'm pretty sure, look at that. Black and white in the text of the pill. So I'll be doing tours of these walls another day. But for now, let's stay on target. Stay on target. And then next to him, I like having Nien Num or Nine Num, however you want to pronounce it, next to Lando because, well, they're in the cockpit together, so I always have them together if I can. And then here, these are just 2 fillers, because as you can tell, on this section of the wall, you've got a lot of runs of characters together. So these 3 here are just a little bit, you know, on their own. On the end, Wedge Antilles, that's a nice card back, underrated really. Not expensive to get, well, he never used to be, he might be creeping up. This one can cost you, and always did. Back when I got this in 2017, he was always a more expensive, harder find. And now let's take you to row number 3, and then I'm going to stop for today because there's a lot to cover. The Emperor's Royal Guard. I have 3 now in a row, and I was amazed to find this one. This is somebody in America who subscribes to my channel, tagged me into an American Facebook group. I've never done this before, never bought from an American Facebook group, but thanks to John Ruler, the action figure grader, he helped me get this across the Atlantic, man, across the pond. So John Ruler, thank you. And yes, he does talk like that, man. He's a boss. And then we've got the Emperor's Royal Guard from 2021. There you go. The original release. Now, this cost me a lot of, well, it cost me £50 in 2016. And now you can get him, or if you're lucky enough, you might win him. Well, BOE won it for 28 or under £30, which is madness. Probably because, right, people have got this now and they forget that they can keep their eye on that as the original piece. And there's less demand for it, or people are getting mixed up. But really, his value should be higher than... Well, at the end of the day, right, I got him for £50, and I got him for £50 from the same seller on eBay. I can't remember the guy's name. Something about Lord of the Rings or something like that. But he's not worth £50 no more, and he's getting a re-release, so why isn't he? What's going on? Moving on. Oh, let me just show you this, man. Look at this. Emperor's Royal Guard, multi-language pill. Unfortunately, it's punched, but you can win them all. But that's a nice card back. So all three of them together look very powerful. I'm not really that tempted on getting an 80s one because, you know, it's a different image. I wouldn't say no to it if one fell in my lap. But, you know, yeah, I think they're all mostly, I've never seen a good example of one, and they're all yellow, and that's a really good example of Hasbro updating an image and making it kick ass. Admiral Ackbar, I have, how many do I have? 5 Ackbars. Let's take a look at him. Admiral Ackbar, this is the first one I acquired, actually. This is Ophulus. Nothing in the bottom of the bubble. Unpunched. And I've, you know, back in those days, I thought, well, I'll only get the one and I'll move on. But then you've got to scratch that itch, as Tim says, Bosk's Bounty. You end up hunting for more. So this is the next one. The most recent one I got is this. I figured, well, I've got all these others. I might as well get the revenge now. So that's the last one I got. Boba Fett sticker as well. That came from America. Even with the import fees and stuff, it was a decent price. The reason I went down that route of getting all these Ackbars is because, well, they gave us this one this year, 2021. So that means I had 2. Then I saw this by accident on eBay. Check my video on this. It's a thumbnail that says the word controversial on it, and it's just such an enigmatic card back that. We'll come back to that in a minute. So that means I had 3. Then I thought, well, I fancy getting the original one with the Fett sticker on it, which I used to own, actually. I sold it, flogged it. When I acquired this one, I sold my original one because it was punched. And I regretted that, because if you look on the back, you see this. You see Yoda, the Canadian Yoda. And a lot of card backs have the Yoda on the back like that. But you won't see Yoda on the back of this one. This is the later issue. You'll see the other VC20. So I regretted selling it, but now at least the one I have now, I got it off a Facebook group, it's unpunched. It's nice. I love the Fett. Oh, I love that sticker. So going back to this one, I won't waffle on too long, but this is a beautiful card back. It's up to debate if it's been sun damaged or not, but who the hell cares? Look at that colour. It's like a turquoisey blue now. The bubble isn't yellow, which is good, because if it was sun damaged, you'd think that would happen. But that is now looking like what the original Ackbar used to look like, turquoisey blue. It's changed from green. But anyway, check my video on that if you want to know a bit more about the story on that. As you've just seen, this is the original Ackbar and punched single pill. And over here is the 2021. And finally, Yoda. Yoda? Jesus. Wicket. Let's pull back on Wicket. One of these is a placeholder, I believe. Well, actually, you let me know what you think about this. I'm going to start on this one. This is the first one I ever acquired, and it's actually the Ophulus one. It's funny how most of the first ones I ever got were Ophulus. I don't know why that is. Maybe it was the same seller or something like that. I don't know. All from the UK. So that was bought from someone in the UK on eBay. This one I got, which was the second one, I got from my mate Andy. I'll never forget. I got it just before the second lockdown, and it's got a Boba Fett sticker on there. Now, I don't know if that's common or not. I actually thought he'd moved it, but no, it's been put on there by the, you know, Hasbro factory, whatever. So that was that. And then they brought him out in 2021. And then I thought, well, you know, since I've got 3 now, what else can I get? So I didn't really, to be honest, go hunting much for Wicket. This just came up in an auction. That's why I got him. It came up in an auction in Star Action Figures, so I got it thinking I would flog this one, but I've actually kept this in the end. Because I don't know, I've technically got 2 variants of sticker position. Could probably do with selling one of the 2 of them. But then this one I did look out for, because the same guy who sold me this, which is the first vintage 80s I ever acquired, he had this on his eBay page as well. And you know, I saw that sticker, man, and that Fett sticker was calling to me, man, and I just thought, I've got to get it. So I made a deal. It wasn't an auction, it was a buy now or best offer, so we settled on a deal for that. And that is my first part of the shelf, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I'd just do that because I was going to sit back on this. I was a bit busy today, and if I don't do it now, man, I'll never do it. And there's a lot to get through, and I've got so much other content to do. Keep on pumping, man. So I'm going to keep on going. And then tomorrow you'll see another video, which will be this, the second part of the shelf. There's a bit more to get through there. Bottom row, is Last Jedi. Excuse me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi, Only One. If you are new around here, do subscribe. Stay tuned. I've got a lot to show you in this room, so it will be a pleasure to share it with you. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.